Young American Films presents another Squinting Eagle adventure. How do you do that thing that you do when you do the thing you do? Based on the novel by Hunter S. Thompson. Modern Youth Magazine for young people who live right now.
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do?
How do you do?
Please,
Ah!
just how do you do? That's one of the things this article brings out.
Whoa, the editor sneezed.
If I want to get off to a smooth start with people, it's half the battle I fight.
Yo, Joe.
Well, maybe you'll understand why I feel that way. If I tell you what happened to me last night.
Oh, that's okay,
I
dear.
got so mixed up and embarrassed. It was painful and quite unnecessary. Well,
Wouldn't you?
I was having a Coke with my next-door neighbor, Ann Woolsey.
Wow, soda cups were really elaborate back then. So anyway, what's your deal?
She's home from college for the holidays.
I forgot to write a riff here.
And such fun. She makes everyone feel welcome. I was having a wonderful time listening to her tell all about her college experiences.
Like the one time she went to the registrar's office and filled out an independent study application.
Until I happened to look up and see Frank Norton and Bill Phillips come in.
Uh-oh, stuff just got real.
Frank's new in town. He's smooth.
Ew.
Everyone likes him.
The druggist especially.
As for Bill, he's the type who usually puts his foot in it. Well-meaning, but sloppy, you know.
He's not smooth at all. I checked.
I realized if they saw us, I'd have to introduce them to Anne, or Anne to them.
Or all of them to the
Gosh,
Pope.
I thought, which is correct. By the time they did see us, I was in a dither.
Did you driven or did you flew?
They kept right on coming, and I kept right on trying to recall the correct way to introduce everyone properly, and wishing I weren't so vague about such things.
Listen, head crabs.
For a moment, I couldn't remember Anne's name. I stumbled around.
Milton?
Frank, I
Harold?
said, this is my friend. No, I mean, this is Anne meet Frank.
Fail.
Oh, dear, I said, I want you to get to know each other. This is Bill, I said.
Then I threw up all over the table. Awkward. Why don't you join us? I was just about to tell Peggy about the new Snapple machine in the student union.
I felt so adolescent. Such a little thing to get so mixed up and excited about.
Yep.
Right then and there, I decided it was high time I got the whole matter of introduction straight, so I'd never have to think twice about them again.
I believe this is what we call a first world problem. I brushed my hair with a garden weasel. Then we decided to disband and find other acquaintances.
On the way out, the feature article in this month's Modern Youth hit me between the eyes.
Despite the fact that it was
The
obscure.
publishers must have had second sight when they put it in. I bought the magazine to do a little homework,
I paid for it twice, just to be sure.
and that's what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
Well, we're all apt to make a boner now and then. Once you learn the basic rules, an accepted introduction isn't really so complicated, is it?
No, that's the point. It's simple. Look.
Where should I look?
Persons of opposite sex address the woman first.
Opposite of the woman or each other?
I should think watching other people you know have the correct technique would help.
Exactly what this article says. I was thinking about a committee meeting at Frank Norton's house the other night.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't realize how well he handled those introductions. But as I look back on it,
Don't hurt yourself, honey.
Miss Cameron, my teacher, Joan, and I were the first to arrive. The other two had never met Frank's parents.
Oh, it was on. The specter of the introductions loomed over us like a plague.
But I knew everyone there, so I said,
Hi, everybody.
"Good evening, Mrs. Norton."
Good evening, Peggy. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Now, goodbye forever.
Then I stepped aside while Frank introduced the others.
Miss Cameron, this is my mother.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
I'm glad to meet you at last, Miss Cameron. Frank has talked about you so much and so favorably.
Oh, she left her voice at home. What else you got?
Mother, Joan Wood.
How do you do, Joan?
How do you do, Mrs. Norton?
Well, that was relatively boner-free.
Here's Father. Well, Peggy, how are you this fine evening?
I'm just fine, thank you, Dr. Norton.
I love your bloated, ineffectual security software, Dr. Norton.
I told you, Peggy, Bill would be along. Excuse me.
Wait, I forgot how you do!
Hello, Bill. How are you?
Hiya, Frank. How you doing?
You're late.
Oh, what's the difference?
Come on in and meet everybody.
Hey.
These people are aggressively pleasant.
Hey, Peggy.
Hello, Bill.
Sorry I'm late.
Dad, this is Bill Phillips. How do you do?
How do you do, sir?
Come on, Dad. We'll meet the others.
We'll meet the hell out of them. So, do you meet people around here much?
Miss Cameron, this is my father. How do you do, Miss Cameron?
How do you do?
How do I do what?
Dad, I want to introduce you to Joan Wood. How do you do?
How do you do?
Excuse me, please.
Did I remember to ask you
Would
guys how you
excuse
do?
Bill for a moment, please, Peggy?
Certainly.
Thank you. Mother, I'd like to introduce Bill Phillips.
How do you do? Frank tells
Lady.
me you're the captain of his basketball team.
Well, yes, I am, Mrs. Norton.
Meanwhile,
Well,
later,
it's been
previously.
nice to see all of you. We'll leave you to your meeting now, if you will excuse us.
We're meeting people across town.
They then said goodbye to us all, and they left.
It was intense.
You see? Nobody squirmed at Frank's introductions. They were all so simple and right to the point.
Your turn.
We can all probably learn something from your experience.
Who's talking?
Just be sure you didn't miss anything.
We can compare both these occasions with some of the points in the article. Would that do it?
Yes. No.
Sure.
Pass.
Let's start with the one about speaking the woman's name first when introducing a man to her.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Remember the mess you made of that one? You got all mixed up to start with.
I was disgusted to know you.
Your friends got the idea all right, but introductions like meet so-and-so or let me make you acquainted with so-and-so are considered awkward anyway.
Sure.
Let's see how Frank introduced his father to his teacher. Addressing the woman first, he said,
Damn, baby!
Miss Cameron, this is my father. How do you do, Miss Cameron?
How do you do?
Then what?
There is one exception to the rule. Did you notice?
In Canada, the whole thing's
Dad?
flip-flopped.
I want to introduce you to Joan Wood.
Frank addressed his father first out of respect.
Oh.
Even here, he phrased the introduction so that he introduced the man to the girl. Let's have that one again.
Oh, yes, let's.
Dad, I want to introduce you to Joan Wood.
Suppose Frank had wanted to introduce me to Joan.
What?
He could take his
I call
choice.
too many narrators.
Wouldn't
Come on.
matter, since both of us are of the same age and sex. Now, how about persons of the same sex?
Well, that depends what state you're in.
Here, Frank wanted to show Miss Cameron respect as a teacher and as a visitor in his home, so he addressed her first. He said simply,
This is my older lady friend.
Miss Cameron, this is my mother.
when he came to Joan and his mother, he addressed his mother first because she was the older of the two. He merely gave the name with a slight pause in between.
Mother, Joan Wood.
Uma
when
Oprah.
Frank introduced Bill, he spoke to his father first because he was older.
Of course, if it's a leap year, none of this
Hello,
applies.
Bill.
Sorry I'm late.
Dad, this is Bill Phillips. How do you do?
How do you do, sir?
Let's see those all again.
Well, that takes care of introductions, but you can't leave the situation hanging there. There's the matter of answering them.
And planting drugs on them.
Unless you have a very good reason for saying something else, stick to the accepted form and just say, how do you do? Not, how do you do?
Oh, no.
And not, how do you do?
Oh, blasphemy.
Just say it simply, like Miss Cameron did.
Of course.
How do you do?
Why is this so hard for you monkeys?
Frank's mother wanted to make her response to Miss Cameron a bit more personal, since she had heard about her before naturally.
This is why I just stay home.
Miss Cameron, this is my mother.
How do you do?
I'm glad to meet you at last, Miss Cameron. Frank has talked about you so much.
Shut up, Mom.
This was another good way to acknowledge an introduction, wasn't it? Frank's mother mentioned something in common, so as to break the ice, as I remember.
We're both mammals.
How do you do? Frank tells me you're the captain of his basketball team.
Well, yes, I am, Mrs. Norton.
How about I tell you about it over breakfast?
It's a good policy to fix a person's name by making it a part of your response, as Frank's mother and Joan did.
Who hasn't been narrator yet? Show of hands.
Mother, Joan Wood.
How do you do, Joan?
How do you do, Mrs. Norton?
I am a lady. Yes.
Men do shake hands. but not as if approaching a time bomb or hand-to-hand combat.
Dad, this is Bill Phillips. How do you do?
How do you do, sir?
Let go. Let go.
A comfortable, firm grasp is all that is necessary. Men do not shake hands with women unless the woman holds out her hand first. Remember? I said Bill was kind of sloppy about such things.
But I was just projecting.
But since Bill was a stranger to Anne, she could have held out hers first, right?
Let's consult Hammurabi's
Right.
code just
If
to
Bill,
be sure.
that stranger brought up purposely to meet her, she should offer her hand. The same rule holds for two girls.
Who held two girls? What's going on?
It looks this time as if Bill did the right thing. He waited for Mrs. Norton to offer her hand.
In matrimony.
Mother, I'd like to introduce Bill Phillips.
How do you do?
We're caught in a loop.
Yes, the woman always takes the initiative when it comes to shaking hands with a man.
What else?
Well, there's necking.
How about rising? When should a man rise? When should a girl?
When Simon says?
Oh, yes. Let me see. I'll have to dream up a situation.
Oh, please, no, not on our account.
Imagine Frank sitting there where I was.
We imagineered it.
And me bringing Joan to introduce him to her. Frank would rise the moment he realizes I'm bringing someone to be introduced to him.
Now imagine we're all pirates. Now imagine that he slowly and awkwardly sat down again. And then immediately
He would rise
got
also
up.
if I brought Bill instead of Joan. And either time he'd look as if it were a pleasure, not a hardship.
Pretending you don't hate people is the key to this endeavor.
As for girls, well, Joan would have risen as soon as she was introduced to Frank's mother or father, if either of them had been standing.
I guess that's
Well,
true.
Guess that takes care of nearly everything.
It's all a matter of practice. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a chance to put these rules into practice. A party at Frank's.
Oh, Peggy,
Yes?
You're not
wasn't
invited.
there something in that article about how you carry out those basic rules?
You mean?
Passive-aggressive
All
snobbery?
the rules in the world won't make people glad to meet an automaton.
Hey,
It's the warmth in the greeting, the feeling you put behind it that counts.
I like automatons.
Gosh, didn't I say anything about that? Why, that's the most important point of all.
I can't do anything right. I don't deserve to introduce people to other people. Has everyone met yet?
How's Peggy getting along?
A good little automaton. It's a no-holds-barred etiquette free-for-all.
A good student, Peggy. Learns quickly. Following those few basic rules pays off. Wait and see. It's fun to meet people when you feel at ease.
Sure.
What's more fun is the way people will enjoy meeting you.
And kids, be sure to practice safe meeting. Of course, once you meet someone, the thrill dies quickly, and then you won't be satisfied until you meet someone new, and then someone else, and another, until you're meeting people in back alleys.
See? All's well that begins well.
How do you do it? How do you do